at him. Kraken? Sure is.
Don't worry, Pauper's got you covered.
And you saved hundreds when you switched.
Okay, cool. And he's really destroying my car.
How do you know it's a he?
We're on a mission to save you money.
Beat it, or I'll call the Brute Squad.
I'm on the Brute Squad.
You are the Brute Squad.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the after Christmas show of Pauperganda. I got some new swag behind me, thanks to my partner in crime, Little Fight. These are some PJs. He was such a sweetheart to send me with magic theme, so I thought they'd make a cool little banner behind me. Well, it's on my my left, but it's probably right on camera. Anyway, I figured there's a few decks I wanted to show you. A lot of you sent in some really cool lists. We're going to cover the first part of the year, but to close out the year, I thought it'd be appropriate to play Brute Squad. We've got a new little iteration to it. It's still a really good deck, and I don't think it gets enough love out there. And it's kind of the deck that I brought to the forefront this year. Boros Bully was last year. Rally Gone was the year before that. God, I hope I can keep this up. It's I don't try to do one a year, but it seems to be the new flavor as far as the sets that get released and everything. So everybody, I hope you had a good holiday if you celebrate that sort of thing. We do out here in the West. And all of that. So, Josie Provista, Little Fight, Shirazamon, and Paladin 19. All right. Yeah, I got the coolest little gift from my wife. We play a lot of Scrabble in this house. And we watch a lot of football. And so you know how quarterbacks always, look at their arm and they got that little sheet. Well, my wife made a little thing. Sorry for the Velcro sound effect. And it has all of the Scrabble cheat codes for the 2-letter words on my arm. So I can slide it on my arm like so. And then be like a quarterback and check out my little plays. Total geek out Scrabble move, but it was such a loving gift. It's one of my favorite things ever. Anyway, enough of that stuff. The Dendy Gun in the house. First time catching live. Love the show. Thank you so much for the love, and I'm glad that you chimed in and all that. So, yeah, we got a lot of new cool stuff. Oh, I went to the spent a lot of the day Tuesday making some new bathroom breaks, courtesy of the Conan O'Brien show from long ago. So we've got one that's kind of based on Fall from Favor, which we're playing today, and a new little clown skit too. So, woo! All right. So what's the big deal? Well, we're not playing Sprigleaf Drum anymore. Instead, we're going with 4 Holdout Settlements. And I believe we played this a bit last time, or showcased it a little bit. So we've got a 16 land count. Makes us a little more consistent with our land. About 2% less explosive, but I really think the overall end game is better. So we've got 4 Ancient Dens, 4 Settlements, 4 Seats, and 4 Survivors Encampments. The Ornithopter is just a must-have. Stops a lot of Faerie early on interactions and promotes a lot of your free mana turn, your Thopters in a Bird of Paradise, and then later you throw a Flayer Husk on it and such, and before you know it, it's a 2/4 attacking, and it's good times. Anyway, we've got 4 Ardent Recruits, the Glint Hawks here, the Inspectors, all 4 Husks, and the mentioned Gingerbrute, timely in the December holiday with all of cookies. We just had a few ginger cookies the other day. Auriok Sunchaser in the 4. We've got 4 Tooth. We have 1 Harsh Sustenance. This is incredibly important, even though I would love to lose it if Tron went away, or these Foglock decks like we just played last week, courtesy of Spell Slam. You've got to have kind of an out game 1, and you can use it as removal against other decks too. And then we've got 4 of One Mind, 4 Thoughtcast, and instead of Journey to Nowhere, we are trying out all three. I shouldn't say all 3, but that seems to be the number people use. Fall from Favor, the most hated card out there. If you're not playing Monarch, you ain't playing. And you could argue you don't even need this card in this deck. You could just put 2 Journeys and an Oblivion Ring, which I've had for a long time, because Gingerbrute is very good at being a Monarch thief. He's just incredible at it for obvious reasons, unless they have hasted creatures. Because of Fiery Cannonade, Hollow makes a comeback. This card is a backbreaker against it and sometimes gains you like 16 plus life for 1 white mana, which we have plenty of. We have got 4 Hydroblasts, 2 Journeys, just in case. Lost the ring altogether. Haven't seen or been facing many elves and such, but honestly, it should probably be a 1 and a 1. We've got all 4 Macabre. You got to have something against the Beasts of Recursion and 3 Prismatic Strands. So without further ado, we're going to try to play all 5 today, and I should be able to. It's a pretty fast deck unless we just slog it out with somebody and it's gets all long-winded and such. But yeah, here we go. We're going to switch this up and say, where's my Brute Squad? There it is. Hiya! And we'll say create, making sure anyone can join. And away we go with the bouncy screen. Woo! Move this over here. All right. So yeah, and no little fight. I still haven't played the board game you sent. I think we're either tonight or tomorrow night we're going to be playing it. My mom's birthday is tomorrow, so then she's going to be out of town. I mean, finally exiting. She's been here for like, gosh, 40 days or so. It's been a lot of fun. Been playing a lot of games and stuff. So yeah, I've been out of my jammies in 2 days. This little fight. Very nice. Yeah, I'm wearing one of my other presents. Son got me this nice blue shirt along with my Pauperganda mug from my birthday earlier this month. So it's been a good month. One of the other cool things we got, everybody knows I grew up and I love forests. While we wait, I'm just going to keep up the deck list here. And we got a really nice candle that actually smells like a forest. It's not cheesy. It doesn't smell artificial. It smells like, you know, I have the windows open and I live back in Lake Tahoe area. So very nice. So I'm feeling the love here. Hi-yo, says Pauper Tim. All right. So hopefully we don't have to wait too long here for our first opponent to show up. And we'll go from there. So yeah, let's see. I talked about that. Did that. All right. Let me check these little things off so I don't have to become motor mouth and keep revisiting them. And here we go with match number 1. Let's see how we drop. Alrighty, we'll minimize this. We're a little flooded here, but we'll keep. Don't want to see any more lands. We probably will, though. Let me do this to here and bring this up here. And let me know if everything's looking and sounding good. Is there an easy way to find free entry Pauper tournaments? Maxi AFK, good to hear from you. Yes, gatherling.com. Easy and free. Make an account. In fact, I've got, I don't have it queued up now, but we normally have a promo. Every Tuesday, there's a thing called Pauper Classic Tuesdays. It's free to enter. You can win up to like, I think it's like $6 credit at MTGO Traders. They put it on every week. And I think even like second and third get like $2 credit and stuff. And with Pauper, you know, it's enough to buy a deck sometimes, practically, if you've got most of the other things. So, yep, gatherling.com is probably one of the better places to do it. There's a lot of other websites out there that host tournaments and such. Probably hit up Reddit and Discord and things like that. You betcha, Maxie. Good to know. All right, here we go, Red. Oh, yes, Fall from Favor and Brute Squad. We'll give it a go. I played about a dozen games with this. I think I honestly won at least 11 of them, if not all of them. I can't really remember falling with a game there. It's a kind of an embarrassment of riches when you sometimes get Of One Mind and Thoughtcast and Fall from Favor all online. It's, you know, plus it taps the creature, so it's like a weak journey to nowhere with a really nice upside in that we're, oh, okay. Believe it or not, Burn is a kind of always a close matchup with Brute Squad, so we're going to have to go a little, let's see, if we did that, that'll work. Oh boy, one thing we didn't want to see was more land. I'm just going to pitch this now in case we get like a Thopter or something. Let's bring this out. Okay, well, at least we've got that. All right. And here we go. Actually, without any access to blue, I probably should have played the Den there. That way I could ensure that Sunchaser is going to have the Metalcraft. But yeah, Pauper Tim, that's a good call. Everything's pretty valid in this stuff. So I'm still a little new to Fall from Favor in his battlefield. Tap creature, become the monarch. Doesn't untap your instant unless that player is the monarch. Well, at least that'll turn off that. It's unfortunately this just untaps, but I want to get the monarch and start drawing. So, and I don't really have a way to turn that off, and I want it to be Yeah. Let's do it now. We'll just do this now. Get it online. Hopefully he doesn't hit us with a Get 2 Lava Runner. It's not that effective against the Alchemist because he casts a spell and it'll untap and then he'll still be able to do it. But it's one less activation. I'll take it. Really going to... I didn't even consider that when I, tried this out because I haven't run into burn lately. But now remembering that it's not that great of a matchup. It's winnable. Slightly in our favor. Talking about fall from favor. But now not being able to really get out of Alchemist because that would have been a journey normally. And then we might have been able to, those amplifiers and burn, as Little Fight will tell you, are kind of the reason that things extremely valid now. All right, critics coming down. I'm going to yield to the Alchemist here. I love online because I don't have to remember the trigger for Monarch when I play tabletop with my son. I'd say about 1 in 6 Monarch triggers I miss. It's frustrating. Especially the Archer. Yes. Yeah, I think that's underplayed. I know it's very fragile, but man. Makes you wonder if they came out with a Blackburn version of it with kind of a combination of Bump in the Night and the Archer and Unearth and stuff like that. That might be a cool list. But I think it always comes back to, well, Burn's already so fine-tuned. It's like, why go there? Gotta be quick. Yeah, we're super flooded. I mean, this deck runs 16 lands, and we pretty much have them all. And it's pretty crazy. All right. Well, let's lead off with this. And then we got 2 humans. Feeling pretty clunky, but we can at least do this. We'll go blue here, just in case he's got the guy. I'm not going to run into that. I'll just cast this now. See what we got. Man, more land. Okay. Not feeling too good, even though we're drawing a card a turn. All right. A couple Fire Blasts away from being in the single digits. As long as we're having a blast, says Cooper the Red. That's a good attitude. And happy to hear it. All right. Yeah, I was about to play a landfall deck that one of the fans sent in. Been meaning to do that, but I want to give it a good week of study and really look into it. I know I've been just completely blown off the board with like some Harrows and Evolving Wilds and what's that equipment, adventuring gear and stuff like that. It can get pretty out of hand pretty quick, especially with that new 1/1 Red Hound. Oh, and if you like Brute Squad and all that stuff, Notified, I sent you a link. We have a tutorial that I've spent hours and hours and hours on. Slightly different. It has the Springleaf Drum, but you'll get the idea when you watch it. Yep, we got 2 hollows in the sideboard, Pauper Tim. Thank you for asking. Yeah, we're mega flooded here. This is nuts. And I'm going to use the same logic if we face off against fairies that Spell Slam told me about last week, where Monarch not that good because they kind of have that Spell Stutter Flash combo and being able to steal the Monarch. So kind of giving away a free card there when you're playing them. Uh-oh. Well, that's exactly why I left out a 3/3 instead of a 1/2. I'm glad that came true. Come on over. All right. Well, at least we got a big fat blocker in the Ardent Recruit. I've never seen so many humans in these draws. Good grief. What is going on here? Let me drop here. And since that guy's going to be kind of a waste, let me, I'll just pull this here and we'll go like this. Draw in here. I'm all over the map on this, aren't I? Rock like this. Alrighty. And, well, this is a bit frustrating. I'd like to play the other one mine, but we do have another Fall from Favor coming up right behind this. So if we're going to win, we're going to have to really turn these guys sideways soon. I don't think we're getting out of this. We have to assume that we're probably at like 3 life right now. Monarch's still going to be ours, but need to be drawing life, not cards. We need that Gingerbread to show up quick, and I'm going to trip it quick to turn off the Thermal Alchemist's ping ability. Boop, boom, ba-doom. That's nice. Always good to see the tooth. Looking and sounding good, everybody. We're still kind of new to the OBS family. This is our 3rd week trying out this new software. We didn't have any camera issues last week. A little bit of a CPU fan upping the ante and stuff. So, all right. Thank you for that, Josie Prevista. Much appreciated. Knowing where I stand on all this stuff. Uh-oh, this signals he's got Fire Blast, and it looks like we're going to lose this first game, but no biggie. We're all here celebrating the end of the year, Pauper style. Good so far. The Dendy Gun. Nice to hear from you. Ooh, interesting. Takes down a Sunchaser. Maybe they don't have the goods. Well, we finally have something that can trigger Of One Mind. We just got to go crazy and start attacking. Making them live in fear, I tell you, baby. Woo! Alrighty, one of our favorite plays here. We'll drop this. We'll activate. Let me see. I kind of want stuff to die. We'll activate here. And we'll play the Glint Hawk, returning the Tooth. Standard issue tactics for the Brute Mage. Yeah, I want to return it. We'll play this again. Boop. And since we're not going to be doing any blocking with that, let's tap it so we can do something with it this turn. Boink. Cool. Okay. Wow, we can really crack that Alchemist, and I'm tempted to do it. Or do I trip Brute Squad? Yeah. This is tough. Accessing issue. Source says we're broadcasting at 7:20. Huh, that's weird. Shouldn't be. I haven't changed anything. Here's the issue. I'm considering... Oh, that's a bummer. Hopefully it doesn't turn out like crap. I'll have to write that down. I didn't change any of my settings. That's weird. All right. I think we pop the... We pop the dude. Gain some life. Yeah, I've learned my lesson enough times here. I'm going to leave open this. Let's sacrifice this and gain some life. That's right, Custu. It's been a bit. Here we go. And we'll Harsh Sustenance next turn. Let's attack here and here. I guess I'll leave those two back. We'll rock like this. I think that Harsh is going to be pointed right at the Alchemist and not our opponent. Really depends here, though. On the block, that's half his life. We can kill him next turn. We're at 10. They've got 2 cards. Got to assume that's a 9. 5 gets us to 4. Maybe a Searing Blaze puts us down, but we can still block. Oh, burn math. As long as you can read the cards and it looks crisp, I guess that's the end result. That's a bummer, though, if it isn't 720p. Maybe I won't upload this. I got no idea why it would be doing that. All right, well, since that's going to die, let's get maximum carnage out of this. And go from there. Okay, one last thing to worry about. So next turn we'll be hitting for quite a bit. We'll be able to turn on Harsh Sustenance. Yeah, when you're up against burn, boy, what we just did takes some patience. You know, you want to be on the aggro and all that stuff, but you got to respect burn. Being in 2-digit territory, even though it's only 10, is so much more comforting than being at like 7 or 6 right now. Gain some life. You betcha. All right, does he have the blast behind this? So this lava spike is kind of puts us back at 0. Thank you, Gingerbrute. Yeah, of all places, our little Trader Joe's market here in town had some cool little gingerbread cookies that sit on the side of your mug, and they were the best gingerbread cookies I've ever had in my life. Tasted like they were home baked. Very impressed. Yes, it is, Little Fight. That's why I still don't think we're getting out of this one. He'll win this turn, or we will this turn. It looks like it's going to be him, as noted by the aforementioned Alchemist activation. I think last turn I would use Harsh to gain more life. Oh, you know what? That's a really good point, Pauper Tim. Yeah. See, I'm out of practice. And my son's always saying, Dad, you always forget to do that. Like when we're playing on the tabletop to activate the Harsh Sustenance. You are correct. Oh boy, if he's got the goods. Any Fire Blast here and we're dead. Yeah, I think I punted that one. I almost hope our opponent wins here. Almost. Yep, he's got us. I'm happy because that was a winnable game. As yeah, Pauper Tim has shown, we would have gained like a lot more life. Our Gingerbrute would be active, so that would be a 3-6 life that we would have gained instead of just 3. So I lost that one, not the deck. Don't be sad. Here we go. We'll bring in 2 hollows, all the blasts. We're going to get rid of the fall from favors. Very underwhelming in that matchup. We're going to lose a tooth. We're going to lose, well, you know, Harsh Sustenance. Let's keep you in there. That seemed a little valid there. 3 tooths. That goes down. We got Gingerbrute. I'm going to need those Hydroblasts to come in at full strength. That's the obvious plan. I'm going to bring in 1 Prismatic. I don't like to hide behind that too often. Because of that, we're going to lose 2 Husks. And probably this last tooth. Here we go. A little bit aggro, but not too much. Boop. Off we go. Yeah, Journey's nice game 1, but I usually would side it out for Hydroblast because Hydroblast's main target is the Alchemist. So unless I saw, I would bring in Journeys if I saw like the full Archer package and such. But for right now, good times. And plus with Monarch and such, I mean, it's kind of a wasted play if they use it on the fall from favor, but pretty crazy card. That drew us into the right number of cards, that's for sure. Never dead, that's always nice. Oops. Oh, that was me. I like to make sure I write down when I lost and not the deck list. Yeah, I always see this as just a kill card and not you gain X2. I swear my son's berated me like 3 times this week. It's like, Dad, don't forget to gain life. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. It's better than I thought it was. Alrighty, let's see if I can play a little bit better this game. And away we go. Here we are. Very good mana. I like this. We'll keep. Can ask for a kind of a better draw than that. Harsh Sustenance. And we have their graveyard open. Now ours is open. Here we go. Come on, opponent. So let's burn with an L. It's nice having a little backdrop behind me now. Yeah, I used to have access to 2 Harsh, but Tron's kind of fallen out of favor, but probably a good call to have another one like I used to in this sideboard. We'll see. I'll lead off with this. Drop an Ornithopter, pass the turn, so we can lean on Hydroblast tricks. Doubt we're going to use it right away, but we might. Actually, considering slow rolling this, especially if we get another land drop here to keep Sunchaser alive through a Searing Blaze activation here. We're going to take that. Our Hydroblasts are for creatures or for kill spells after being about 10 and under. So we're not giving away our hand too much there. I'm going to slow roll this. If I play the Sunchaser and they've got a Searing Blaze, which is very likely, they'll have it. At the cost of 1 turn per, or 1 tempo turn, I can. Turn 2 is very important for burn, so I'd rather lay on the Hydroblast and then have it next turn to defend against Sunchaser for a Searing Blaze. This will be interesting. And there we go. Glad it's not our dude, but we'll still stop the stuff from happening. I don't like to get 2 for 1 very often. We'll do that. That would have been a dead Sunchaser, and we would be at 14 had I not slow rolled that. So for as impatient as I often am, there are times when I come across like I know what I'm doing. All right, I've got this. Same reason. I could Thoughtcast here, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna slow roll. Gotta really save that Hydroblast for either defending the Sunchaser, but hopefully for a Thermal Alchemist. Yeah, these are all good points, Pauper Tim. Alright, well, I want to try to keep this alive. At least make him use a lot of his spells. It's probably still dead, but we'll be able to Thoughtcast next turn. The deck draws so many cards anyway. I'm usually able to sometimes fall from favor. I'm still not sure if it's the card for me. I guess that's how to say it. Alright, let's drop. Cool. Well, that's nice. Gosh, man, I'm just like Captain Slow Roll here. What is going on? Can't resist. Let's drop this. Nothing like drawing 5 cards in a turn, right? And let's just bring out the crew. Divvy up our board presence here. And then with Prismatic, if we draw into a land, we'll be feeling pretty good here. One thing I don't like about Fall from Favor is there's no cheat. You know, you've got to have 3 mana for it. So it favors this build because we have 4 more land than our Springleaf Drum, and so you hit your land, and like last game, you saw how flooded we were. You can get a little washed up on that. So, no, very good advice, Pauper Tim. Thank you for your knowledge and for chiming in. Like I said, been a bit since I've played this. I've been so high on my Blackburn deck list, but I played about, like I said, about a dozen or so games last night with this, and been having some good times. All right, let's I think we just come in for 7. I should have cast even there. I should have cast Thraben Inspector first and kept the Prismatic Strands package open, which is what I'm going to do now. Really giving Burn a lot of respect here. I just want Prismatic Strands to be valid. But you don't want to flood your hand with it because 3 mana spell. We've got mana, but not that much. Jose Prevista, yeah, he's we're probably in January going to have a tabletop game where it just shows, our hands in like kind of a wide angle. We did that once before, and that was pretty fun. Well, I'm going to use a mana while I got it. But you can see how this is kind of not that relevant for us, because this is why I run these, because now we're not stuck off of blue. We've got options. But no, yeah, he's a killer. He's been playing a ton and stocking up arena points and stuff like that. I feel really bad for my son. We've got him a pretty new laptop. Everything's fine. He runs arena for hours and hours and hours, but every Tuesday when he enters that Pauper Classic Tuesday, it grinds out and it like starts taking exponentially longer for his turn, and it's maddening. So he'll usually beat his first opponent or 2, and then he ends up timing out when he's got all his sets right. And I think I talked about this last week. We still don't know what the hell it is. So Modified, if you can think of anything, much appreciate. That'd be pretty nice. I guess we'll bring this out like this. That way we've got some insurance. I'll do this, trip the clue, just in case we grab a you-know-what, meaning a tooth. That's why I like to trip the clue. Anyway, come over for that. This is feeling pretty winnable. It's always nice. Hollow in hand and Prismatic Strands in the yard. Can get to be a little overconfident here. Looks like we're going off to game 3. Helps when I don't punt. We tried restarting Moto after match 2. Moto's a beast when you run it for hours. I did not know that, especially compared to Arena. I just figured it wasn't going to be a beast, but all right. Well, I'll take the bait. I'm just going to do this now. Now keep in mind too, Chain Lightning. I've killed many a Burn Mage because of Survivors Encampment and Holdout Settlement. And you can activate it many a times if they're all tapped out to take out their own Thermal Alchemist. There's a lot of nice plays, but like I said, that was when I was grinding all the time and saw all the angles and such. But it's early in the morning. I still haven't had all my coffee. Here we go. All right, what's your guys' vote here? Do you want to try Fall from Favor again? I personally don't. I like the way I've got it set up now. Feeling okay. I guess we could take out the Flayer Husks for Journeys, but I just don't, we haven't seen too many creatures, and we've got enough ground crew. The only thing I'm really worried about is Alchemist. So, yeah. MTG has huge memory leak issues. I did not know this, guys. Interesting. So restart Moto after every match or two. That's probably, maybe I'll have him try that on Tuesday. That'll be interesting. I'll have to report back and see. But anybody out there that's a technophile like Little Fight has any ideas about that, like I said, we've Control-Alt-Deleted, gone through Task Manager, made sure there weren't anything running in the background. It's just streamlined, just the bare bones basics. He's hardwired in, and like clockwork around that second or third match, just auto yield. Why is this taking so long? And it just starts, dinking up his time. So, all right, well, I'm not hearing from anybody, so I think I'm just going to keep it like it is. Let's see. Arena used to do the same thing. Soul Lesson, nice to hear from you. Your font and for your name on my side is really dark, so I had to lean in to read it. All right, well, our mana's right here. If you look closely, that's why we run a lot of artifact creatures. So we'll keep this. Not the best hand, but pretty flexible. Nice little Azorius skyline here. Wonder what's at the top of that Zendikar little monument there. All right. As we take 3, and I like it. So we've got Ornithopter into Glint Hawk. Normally, if I was going first, because we're really afraid of Searing Blaze, I'm thinking we Ornithopter into Flayer Husk. Well, now it doesn't so much matter. We might be able to bait him into using a Smash the Smithereens on the seat if I pull this play out. Let's do this. I'll play this, and this in hopes that he thinks we're land screwed and wants to pick on our seat, when in fact we have holdout settlements in hand, and we don't really need our artifact for more than our creatures. And who wants to pick on an O2 and a germ that kind of sticks around like half of its life? Always feels silly when you kill a Flayer Husk token, because it's like killing 0.5 of a card, right? Well, hopefully MTGO gets around to fixing that, because for some reason I don't run into it. Maybe I do. I don't know. My PC's a lot more robust. We shall see. These down here. Beautiful lands. Man, oh man. Okay. Well, half of our stuff's gone. That's all right. We have this and this. Not the best. So what we're going to do here is tap this for white. We'll play Glint Hawk. We'll just return our Flayer Husk and get our creature back. Bam. Okay. I like this. Now, Ornithopter, the more you play this deck, the more you'll find it's kind of necessary to keep on almost every match because of a lot of scenarios like this. Well, we're not hurting that bad for mana here. We've got of one mind as long as we trip this, which is what I'm going to do. We'll bring this down, get a human on board. We can do either or, because we're going to have 4 artifacts. And actually, that might be the better call to Thoughtcast here over of one mind. Let's try that, just because they do have artifact issues. So I'm going to hold off on this. Yeah, better safe than sorry. I'm just going to hold back with the Hydroblast plan. Keep our dudes alive. Did you say it was Arena or MTGO? I think they said both, and Arena used to do it. But what I'm talking about, Little Fight, is MTGO. He has no problem with Arena. He plays it for hours on end and never has that issue. But we pull out all the stops and try to be tech wizards, and it's still just issue after issue with that. So maddening, I tell you. Okay. Well, I think after that sand in the eyes, or what is that, morning grog, sort of like just woke up an hour or two ago and punted pretty good on that game 1, that Harsh Sustenance. But you know what? When you do that, that's when it kind of really digs into you, and you remember, hey, this gains life. That's a little bit of a desperation play, and I'm going to counter it with desperation, and that I'm going to do this, and at least try to make them use 2 spells on our dude. It's okay, we can refill our hand with Of One Mind. If they saw our hand, they might choose to pick on the human a little bit more, but we'll see. Hopefully Of One Mind can pull back into defense range, and we can have Prismatic Strands be relevant. There's the Cookie Man. Well, let's do this now so we can draw some lands. Oh, we did not draw lands. Okay, well, that really blows. Let me do... This might get a little dire. Let me do this. I'm going to keep the Cookie Man back, and I'm going to keep Hydroblast back for just the... I really thought we were going to draw no land there. You'll find if you play this over the Springleaf Drum version, you're going to have a lot more consistent mana. That's why I was surprised. We just drew like 4 cards to their none and didn't hit a land drop, which is pretty rare for this deck. Usually going to hit one. As we saw that first game, we were really just flooded. So that was frustrating. Okay, there's only 1 card here, and I'm just going to be in preservation mode here to just kind of end the game. So this is when I will counter this. If he had like 3 cards in hand, I'd let that go. Worst case scenario, we're at 6. All right, that kind of blows. We still got access to 2 more, and we might just draw it, and he might have to block. There's always that, especially when we do this. Let's do here. Come on, give us a land. Okay. It's a clunky land, but we'll take it. Now then, do I want to gain the 3? I think I do. Bum, 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 bum. I'm just going to play this out. Keep it back in case I really need it. Yeah, so I could have set back on Strands. He's hellbent right now. We're at 10. That's a perfect scenario with like a needle drop into that. We're still alive. So Josie Provista says mine used to lag a bit at night before I started to download Windows updates. Yeah, we're all up on the updates too. That's a little frustrating. 7. Okay. And I'll trip that Gingerbrute at the end of turn. Like I said, I got a lot of respect for Burn. I should all out attack there and maybe drop the Sunchaser. It's another one. All right. So this will be excessively relevant. We'll just get into the 13 category here. Can't block much of our dudes other than the Husk and the Inspector, so I might as well keep those guys back. All right, we like this because, oh boy, I wish. We could trick him into equipping here. He blocks the 2. We Tooth, that kind of cute stuff. But for right now, I think I'm just going to rock like this. Get our dude out, our heavy hitter, and finish him off for sure next turn. Not this turn. Actually, I think we got it this turn if we just do this to this. And then we'll throw this on here. Come over for 7. If he blocks the recruit, or if he doesn't, we win. Otherwise, we take out an alchemist. Flayer Husk is so flexible. I just love it. You could see right now if the Cannonade showed up, he'd get 2 creatures. It's not that bad. Oh, hit for 4. And we at least turn off one of the amplifiers here, but we're still going to take 1 if he remembers. Thermal Alchemist Searing Spice, our newest commercial. If you haven't seen it, check it out on YouTube. We got over, I think, 35 or 40 now custom MTG spoof commercials. It's kind of our bread and butter. All right, so after a little mini punt, I saved the day with, or the deck saves the day at the expense of me. So yes, let's remember Harsh Sustenance gains life. You'd think I, of all people, would remember that, but no. So anyway, let's go back over here. See, I believe having access to 2 is probably still relevant. I think maybe just 2 Fall from Favors, having 1 Journey main, and then throwing a Sustenance over here might be a little bit better. I mean, we could just do it now. It's not like we're in the middle of a tournament. We can't change our deck sort of thing. So the problem with this list a long time ago was when I would play elves and walls. Those are the two problem areas. And so journeys and oblivion rings and things like that were very needed. Same with Harsh Sustenance. Sometimes you just point it at a dude. You need access to it. But let's not forget, I mean, we do have 8 points of anything mana, and I forget who it was in the chat, but you know, you can run stuff like cast down if you need to and such if you don't want to rely on journey. But it's so mana friendly, journey, and it breaks so many rules and not letting people recur things from the graveyard and such that I don't know. I've just really become a fan of it. Oftentimes too, the correct play if you have a turn 1 Glint Hawk is to wait for turn 2 if you're mana screwed, because you can play the Glint Hawk, return the land, tap it, play a recruit, and overall you end up getting a lot more tempo out of your moves than you would normally. So yeah, anyway, 40 minutes in. Boy, not too many people playing today. You'd think they would with the holidays and such. Probably all checking out their new toys and such. But I'm going to aim for next week to try to play a landfall deck to kick off the new year. So if you got a really good version out there, want to send it to pauperganda@gmail.com. I'll mix and match what I like, what I don't like, see what goes on. I like the access of cropped rotation into a Bazooka Bog, like maybe having one to search for. I think that's a pretty powerful little side tech to have, maybe 2 or 3 crop rotations. That new Hound that gets better with landfall. Obviously the sounds memory leak. Interesting. Memory leak. So what is a memory leak? I'm not even quite sure. What a perfect mana draw here. Look at that. Just beautiful. Well, keep it. I said keep. Did it keep? God, what a delay. Joe Killer 7. I use scales over tooth. In the first affinity decks, extra point of damage usually wasn't very relevant. Keeping creatures on the board in a slower creature versus creature blocking format. Scale wouldn't make much sense. That is a simple question with a complex answer. We hate forests in Brute Squad. We don't mind fairies, we don't mind Tron, we don't mind much of anything else, but boy, we don't like these. So this kind of hand, you're going to lead off with a Recruit because the Inspector, Husk, all that is going to make a Metalcraft a thing of beauty on turn 2. Now, I'm really curious in about an hour if we get that Saturday morning phone call that I always get from telemarketers. One of the bad things about sending your resume out all the time is you tend to get a lot more of all that stuff going on. All right, what is this? Some green ramp land destruction? We shall see. Shall I keep things safe? Let's see what he wants to pick on next. That to that to that. Could do that. 1, 2, 3. You know, I'm going to lead off with the encampment here. Let's play Inspector. And we'll play the Husk. Slow roll this a little bit because I don't think we're going to have white mana next turn. The toys are Legos? Huh? We got critters. Now it's time to smash. So if we see the land destruction package show up, we want to get enough artifacts on board that aren't lands that we can kind of keep one safe with Glint Hawk, at least in our hand. Depends. I'm assuming that this is what we're up against, but who knows? Yes, Legos are the caltrops of many a parents out there. That is for sure. I've stepped on some. Only thing worse than a Lego, or a caltrops for that matter, well, caltrops is definitely the worst. Yep, my intuition was right, is pistachio shells. Oh my God. I think you could keep a whole prison culture in check with those. All right, let's do this. We want to grab some white here. That's 1, 2, 3. I guess we can do this. Bring this down. Yep. And since we've already got that, and I want to keep that there, let's tap this for white. Let's see, we'll have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, don't want to do that yet. We'll keep this back. Keep Glint Hawk back. Keep Metalcraft online. And attack. Here we are. Problem with a lot of ramp and LD strategies is you get so low on life, and if there's any flyers coming at you, a lot of times you just don't have the firepower to deal with it. So we got 2 clues out. Don't really worry about our seat there. Is this the big pirate coming down? Okay. He shows us Arbor Elf. Cascades. Kind of the flavor of the month, this boarding party dude. Well, I don't want to take 6. I guess we'll just block here. Too bad it doesn't have trample. I think pirates would have trample. Seems like something they would have. So this will cost 1. Let's do it. We can do it twice if you look closely. So we've got that. Yeah, we can. Let's do. I don't want to attack with the Gingerbrute. I want it for life, so I'm going to play the Hawk, bounce the seat, and replay it. And since we might run a little bit shy on, we got humans, we got everything. I'll lean on Thoughtcast before I have on mine there. All right, here we go. Well, we can surprise block the pirates with the Glint Hawk if we want to get really wanton, but I think I'm just going to stay aggro here and go like this. Keep this here and see what we can see. All right. So we've got 6, 3, 2, double equip. Looks like the win unless they've got a fog effect. Kenwaku checking in from work. What are your thoughts on FFF? Will it be banned soon? I think so. But Alex Ullman wrote an article about 2 weeks back that was pretty interesting, showing how it's kind of making the, even though everybody's playing it, it's kind of making the format healthy where Tron isn't just like everywhere and stuff. So I don't know. It's, I'm not in the tournament scene as much as I used to be because of Tron and because of just kind of the stultification of the format. It's a little frustrating. Believe me, I haven't gone. I'll be back, but I either want everything unbanned and start fresh, or hold on a minute here, or there to be a lot of bans. Let me see here. I think the play here is to go like this. Can't block me. I'm the gingerbread man. I'll attack with everything that'll matter. I'll keep back the germ. Can't. Oh wait, he can block the Gingerbrute, can he? Yikes, that was dumb. Gotta remember, he has haste. All right, well, that was a wasted mana. Thank you for that, Paladin 19. I noticed at the last second. That's another thing that I just kind of, I think I'm not alone in that. You just auto like, creatures don't have haste. I'm just going to attack. And it's like, no, wait a minute. Pirates are kind of good at that stuff. All right, so we're going to lose our dude. He takes that. We'll have him hit harder. If I would have equipped Flayer Husk onto the Gingerbrute, could have at least traded, but we're still going to trade here. That's fine. Let's just draw some cards. Probably should have done this. I don't want to block with him, so I'll use him now. Into another Tooth. I like to usually draw my cards first, but as you can see, Holdout's going to pull us ahead here. All right. No one expects the hasty blocker. Me especially. I've run into a boarding party, I think, twice this week, so I'm a little dense. I don't tend to learn from my mistakes when it comes to that, but he's going to trip the ornament and see what he can see. As you can see, land destruction, usually not that good against us. And even in the original build of this with Springleaf Drum, land destruction, okay, if the drum slips out, now you've got to kill every creature or they're all Bird of Paradises. So, let's see. Okay, so we win this one. Now we know we're going to see Fiery Cannonade, probably 2 at least, maybe 3. So I really like having Flayer Husk for that reason. I'm going to lose 2 Brutes in this matchup. And a Tooth. I'm going to bring in 2 Hollows. And I think 2 Hydroblasts. Harsh Sustenance. You can go. So, we're not as susceptible. Could argue you lose a Hawk here. Or maybe a Prismatic Strands. Not quite sure what the full-blown creature package is. But I want to see how Hallow pulls it off. Only had 1 game so far where it was gave me like 16 life. And careful when you're brewing with Brute Squad. Yes, it has access to every kind of mana technically, But if you look at the white and blue mana mixed with the other mana, then you're looking at like 12 lands that all help you out as opposed to hoping you get that one. Because there are some of those games where you just got an artifact heavy land draw and you don't find the Holdout Settlement or the Survivors Encampment and you're kind of screwed. So you got to be a little careful of that. Annoyed Altasaur is the top end. Yeah, yep. And I don't, does that have trample? It probably would be good to have at least one journey. Let's try that. It should have trample. I wish anything over like a 6/6 had trample just and reach. Yep. Well, Gingerbrute will have something to say about that if we get to that stage of the game. We'll see what we see. Alrighty. Well, that kind of sucks. There's a mulligan. Wonk wonk. 2 lands. That's cool. Yeah, we'll keep this. You know, Gingerbrute, I love you, but I don't want to see you right now. Or do I? This is rough. I guess we'll get rid of one of you. Done. All right. Always tough. Down comes the elf. Are we going to lose our land? We shall see. Alrighty. I'm going to gamble here that he doesn't want to block. This gives us a little bit of free information about their hand. I normally wouldn't do this if I didn't have encampment with an artifact creature behind it. Got to keep in mind we've only got one more main in this game too. Aha. What's he going to do here? Be careful if we overextend here. I believe the right play here is going to be encampment into recruit with a husk. Even so, if we get cannonaded, we're only going to lose the Gingerbrute and half of our husk. I'm so glad I put the other one back when things like this happen, right? I mean, I could lead out with the dude, but I'm not going to do that. I'll have one mine next turn. Right now, I'm just trying to maximize damage so I can use the husk right now as a hasted bird of paradise. We have Metalcraft. Now, Cannonade will kill our creatures, all of them. So we got to be careful there because once Gingerbrute goes down, our Metalcraft count's a little fragile. So we want to be careful not to overextend too much here. Not going to lie, if our Cannonade when timed right, I mean, I think that's true of any deck. It can be devastating. But after the new card smell wore off, most people only have 2 on their side. So that's the card I don't want to see. I've been starting to run into a few too many Weather the Storms. And there's a card I think should be considered to be banned. I'm not saying ban it. I'm just, as we saw last week, it's pretty ridiculous. But I honestly think if I was given complete control over Pauper, there's so many arguments that are great either way for a variety of things. I honestly think that probably the best thing to do moving forward would be to just unban everything and just start over and let everybody know about every 2 weeks we're going to make an announcement and there's going to be big changes. All right. We have good stuff here. Now if he wipes the board, we'll still have 1, 2, 3 dudes hanging out, so I don't mind bringing out our Thrasher here. We'll level on mine next turn. Feeling pretty good about our mana prospects. I think I'm just going to run into this. If he kills that, we still got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, be all right. Cranial plating in Brute Squad, yeah. You know, it's funny, when I played in that tournament, cranial plating was such a letdown. Everybody running it, I think the best they got was maybe like 8th place. Nobody, same with him to Turok builds. They just, everybody gets high on them, and then in practice, it's like, yeah, pretty underwhelming. People get hellbent so fast when the format speeds up to that level. It gets pretty ridiculous. MTM Tat. Hey, thank you for the recent support too. MTM Tat, special shout out to you, my friend. This guy, I don't want to point any fingers, but we love him because about every few months he's always buying us a coffee and just love the support, my friend. Out of curiosity, he asked, does anyone know if bots playing MTGO is a thing? I know there were several utility bots. Ooh, I don't know. It's too complex. Interesting. Get the AI on board playing some games. Well, thank you for all the support, my friend. You are big reason we keep doing this. All right, here we go. We'll do this to this. Got Metalcraft and Spades here. I think we just pull the trigger. I don't know if I've won mine's really going to do much of anything there. I'd rather just get our dudes on board. And we'll tap the thing that if it dies, I don't really care about the other stuff going down. Everything's a 3/3. It's going to have a combination of land destruction and the cannonade here. And we got to be careful not to play too many spells because we might walk into another Weather the Storm. So I keep looking up going like, how's he at 22 life? But Weather the Storm's a heck of a card. Yes, fling is a thing. That's a lot of cards that have to go right though. MTM Tat's been destroying me personally. I think the last 3 games I've lost to him in a row because of fling. He has a pretty disciplined way of playing it. It's the right way to play it. One of these days I'll do it. You just sit around, wait. Got it. Boom. Throw it at their face. Good times. All right. So we're 2-0. I'm going to refresh, refill, grab a coffee. And hey, we got all new commercials this week. So enjoy. I'll be back in about 4 minutes and enjoy this new one via Fall from Favor.
And I just saw a story, and I thought it was interesting. It said that the fastest growing county in the country is Flagler County in Florida. So that was interesting.
Wait. Did you say Flagler County, Florida?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Flagler County. Yeah.
No. I thought the fastest growing county was Lyon County, Nevada.
Oh, no, that's actually interesting because it says that Lyon County finished 2nd in the nation. Yeah.
No, that can't be. Lyon County's the fastest. There's no reason to live. Where's my kayak? Where's my kayak?
Oh, my God. That poor guy. Oh!
I'm nailed the landing, Connor. I'm ready to see more of the show.
All right, well, that's great. I'm glad you're okay. Unfortunately, your seat has already been filled. Yeah. But if you want, there's still room in the back.
Sit in the back? With those people? Those are the worst seats in the house, man. If I have to sit back there, there's no reason to live. No reason to live. Where's my bicycle? Where's my bicycle?
Oh, my God! I never knew there was an iron suspension bridge outside our center. And I've been here a long time. I should look around more. Well, my apologies to the viewers who had to witness.
The landing!
Oh, hey! Good, I'm glad you're okay. Wow.
All right.
Okay, now, you know what? I'm sorry, sir. You're just going to have to, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to stop pretending to kill yourself. It's a big waste of time, and it's distracting people from the show.
I can't pretend to kill myself anymore?
I'm sorry, no, you can't.
I can't pretend to kill myself. There's no reason to
Oh,
live.
for God's sake.
Where's my train? Where's my train? Take me away, Choo-Choo.
That train looked nothing like the one in the footage.
Got it?
Got it.
It's slippery.
Yes.
You need Absorb This. Our Simic technology lets you board wipe any mana flood. In each sheet, it's 3 times more absorbent, and it's uncounterable.
Hey, look. I got it.
Absorb This, the seal of cleansing.
Hey everybody, thank you so much to the people listed here. Your continued support means the world to me as we move forward, always inventing, always doing new things. It's just nice to have so many of you aboard. If you'd like to donate, please do so at the link next, and we'll see you next time.
And we're back. See if our opponents show up here anytime soon. All right, so here we go against Mini Flow, Game 3. I lost a game, but the deck hasn't lost any games. But we're still 2-0. We'll say yes here, and hopefully our good luck continues. You can see how much more consistent the mana base is here. Keep this. Not sure who we're up against or what. We'll go from there. How I wish I could go back in time and put the name Pauper in my own name. Such a clunky spelling. deluxeicoff. Pretty silly. Let's do this. We got a thrash in turn 2 here. If they just drop a tap land and say go, it's good times. There's a swamp. We don't like swamps. Oh, there's the mummy. Okay. Well, our Gingerbrute's going to be dead, that's for sure. We'll go like this. I guess we can do... Well, let's see. If I do this to this, we have that. We can go right here. That'll die regardless. Let's play Gingerbrute. And then we'll have one mine now. Just to kind of refill our hand, because Gingerbrute will die here. Alrighty. I'll attack. I'll block the Ardent Recruit. Gingerbrute's dead, and we'll still have we'll still... I guess we could hit for 2. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. I think he thought that, you know, that's not a bad play there. If it wasn't for the flash here. Because we still have Metalcraft. Normally that's a pretty nice little move our opponent did, but Tooth is a bit of a surprise there, and it's not a... oh, it is a counter. Okay. So it does get permanently weaker. But thanks to the Tooth, we still hit hard. The deluxeicoff is synonymous in Pauper anyway, so it's all well that ends well. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you for that. And my mom being in town, she was just this morning, she was like, how long have you been doing that? I'm like, since the end of 2015. Officially. Like, wow. That's some next level. Alright. Let's do this. We can always make it unblockable. Smash on over. Alrighty. Well, do we even want to? Let me just get our boys on board. I'll keep the brute back. Brute back, brute back. Coming up against zombies. So going to be a general land-based deck. Oh, I wanted to have that. I definitely want it to be Gruul-based with landfall. Yes, to answer your question, for sure. I think there's enough cards there. There's the signal-to-noise ratio is there. I don't even... You know, I've been really neglectful in looking at tournament settings, and I've been kind of zeroed in on Pauper Classic Tuesdays and in a little bit of tunnel vision. So I'm not quite sure if any have placed or anything. If anybody out there knows of them, let me know. It would be very cool to see. Blocking is going to be a bit of a problem here, so Gingerbrute's going to get really important really fast. After I block the Germ with a big Carrion Feeder in about 3 more turns, it'll be a 2/2 every turn. That I might want to do it sooner than later, actually, because of the Festering Mummy access the deck has. So, all right, let's draw some cards. This is why I feel like sometimes I don't need Fall from Favor. This just gets a little ridiculous. Yeah, this just gets embarrassing sometimes. I guess we've got enough artifacts. We'll do this. Let's draw some more cards. We might draw another Tooth. I've never heard about bots playing. So we can draw 2 more cards. I mean, we could draw 6 cards this turn. This is kind of ridiculous. Let's go, let me do this to this. All right. We'll play another Husk. I'm going to slow roll that up on mine. We could draw 7 cards this turn, but we'll give our opponent a little leeway. We'll rock like this. Oopsie! See what I did wrong there? I thought I put this with haste. but anything can block it now. So, kind of sucks. Let's see, Undying, Undying, Undying. We don't really care too much here. Let's go. Little mini punt there. I swore I set that to have haste-only blockers, but we care about our Brute too much in this matchup. We'll keep it alive. Great Jund-style landfall list. Interesting. Jund, Pauper Tim. Well, depending on how many... If we get like 2 or 3 submissions, we could maybe cover them all and just make it like a landfall theme and not about one deck. We'll just play it by ear. I can't promise anything as usual. Okay, I guess we're going to lose our dude. They're going to get 2 big fatties. Our germ's going to hit. Yeah, I'm with you there, Little Fight. And I've seen them and asked the person playing them to send them to me, but I don't think they were aware of Pauperganda or anything, so they're just like, I ain't going to send you my list. Or maybe they weren't thinking that. Maybe they didn't even see the chat. I don't know. What am I talking about? All right. Off we go. We got some 2/2s across from us. We got some good blockers and flyers. What is this? New Devilry? Okay. Don't be the mummy. Good. All right. So it's all about blocking now. We'll draw lots of cards. Keep our evasive dudes in the Gingerbrute and Hawk active. I'm going to block here no matter what, just so I can use the germ on the Brute so that if he does get back a festering play, Gingerbrute stays alive. All right. Now he's got to lose a good creature. I don't like people knowing about me, Buddy Rebel. Oh, I forgot about Nameless Inversion. Boy, I like seeing that go. I'm not quite sure about that. All right, we don't have any... Well, yeah, we do. I've already drawn a lot, so I'm going to favor the encampment play here. Well, I won't mind. Oh, no, we won't. Cancel. We will make this have... Can't be blocked this turn. Gotcha. Now then, let's put our... I don't know if we need to do that this turn. Yeah. We can worry about that next turn. Go like this. Actually, let's go all in here. We can rock like this and put this on here. Now we'll come over for 7. That puts them on a lot faster clock. Putting a bit of our, too many of our eggs in one basket, so to speak, but shows you the, I've always been a fan of evasion. And I'm going to favor piling up on the Hawk here. Main reason being I've put a lot more investments in this, so if he has snuff out, there's less to do next turn. That's how I think. I had a shell that needed some firepower, says Pauper Tim, into end games early. Land-based is pretty powerful. You know what did it was Tamir Battle Rage. They had 2 of them, and you know, you sit there and you're like, all right, I'll block that 16-16 landfall, and then bam, it's like 32-32 with trample, and you're like, whoa. Or not 32. You know my math. What am I talking about? All right, what was that? Zombies? Win. This is something this deck does a lot. All right. Well, we're all against this. We're going to bring in all the strands. Amazing card. They have a lot of sack outlets, and they have a lot of creatures, so I'm going to lose Fall from Favor here. We're already even. We've got a really mean plan in Prismatic Strands that black doesn't really have an answer for. They can make us discard, and that's just kind of funny. Macabre may be a card here. Problem is they don't... It's kind of a random bring back ability that we've seen so far in the Ghoul Raiser. So Faerie Macabre's not going to do too much, and I think it's going to sit too dead in our hand. So actually, I think this might be the best play right here, is just to run Strands. Keep our Harsh in there for a little surprise value. And because we have enough evasion here. Yeah. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Only an hour in. We're already 2.5 matches in. I have to admit, I do look forward to Saturdays and seeing all your digital faces. I think the key to Key to all this is consistency and not overdoing it and getting burned out. I do 2 shows a week sometimes. Boy, it's like, woo, that can get you. Did you guys like that new skit? Courtesy of the Conan O'Brien show from long ago. We got another one coming up at the next break. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. All right, this is an awkward hand. We got a human and we got a husk. And because of that, I think I'll keep this because of the of one mind settlement. It's a very clunky draw. It's only going to get better. We'll keep. We're on the draw. We ain't playing for blood. Let's go. Yeah, Journey is good, but they've got quite a few sack outlets. And I don't like getting marooned sometimes with one good flyer and then they sack their team so that I have to journey my own guy and such. And we don't play Skyfisher, so there's no coming back from that. But there's plenty of times that's perfect scenario, and it's a great card. I'll never argue against Journey. It's an awesome card. Really like this Mephitic Vapor style swamp here. Funny how much green there is. I'll email it to Paupertim. But the gist is Groundskeeper, Dark Heart of the Wood, Gaze Touch. How's it doing? It's my first glance at it. It looks a little cutesy. Well, we might as well get some damage in. You can't block anyway. Well, let's go. Lazotep Reaver. I know it's not a zombie, but I always like to see Perilous Myrrh in that spot. It's always active. We just need some lands here. Thank you, deck. It's nice when you listen to me. Okay, well, we can't do anything here, so we might as well do some stuff. We need a human so that we can draw a lot of cards. Lead us to lands so that we can block, kill their team, and rinse repeat. Let's do this. Of one mind. All right, feeling good. Colorless Shock is underrated. What do you mean? Oh, yes, the Perilous Myrrh. Oh, I love it. You know, if there was a demand for it, I think I could play that Blackburn deck every week. I keep making little improvements to it. In fact, I got the top 8, but family was in town and it was board game night, and I think I was 2-2, and so I just figured, I can't make it, so I dropped, and then Arctic Ghost wrote me. He's like, you made the top 8, but you dropped, so somebody else snuck in. I'm like, oh, good for them. I'll be back next week. And down goes, what's it going to be? Interesting. The Brute. Okay. This game looking a little harder to solve. All right. Well, I got to keep that open. Let's play this. I haven't played a land yet. So I could play this into that. Tap this. Play this. Return the seat. Play the seat. Yes. Play it. And wait, this is yeah, we're way out of range there. Bad sequence. All right, take a little bit of damage here. That's a bad sequence. I'm all distracted, narrating and chatting. Hopefully they just got a dead card, maybe another swamp. And Glint Hawk's keeping everybody at bay. I'll gladly take that. Alrighty. Back to trying to play good. Let's see what we can do here. We'll tap this for this. Turn on Metalcraft. First things first. Let's get some more Metalcraft so that we can Thoughtcast. And Prismatic might be relevant. Got to be careful of the loss of life with that one zombie card. We're looking for a tooth here. We didn't find one, but that's all right. we'll smash on over for this. Germs love to block at this stage of the game, making our other creatures better. One thing people don't understand about Brute Squad, Ornithopters and the Germs are very backbone of the deck. Those colorful hasted bird of paradises that only get better as the game goes on. And the evasion grows, and then you get those plus bonuses. And then the other day I played 4 Tooth off of like 3 Thoughtcasts out of the blue, and it's just like, man, that's a Fire Blast every turn. That's flexible too. I can divvy up the damage. It's awesome. We've got that human. We've got this guy. I might as well just kill that. I don't expect to be attacking with that because they have so many good blockers, so I'll just buy some time here. Could double block there. Kind of a silly move. Alrighty. Well, we've got a natural key there. Let's draw. I always want to draw before the attack with this build because of, what do you call, the tooth. Alright. Well, we got some goods here. Let's equip stuff that we care about. We'll do that. Just maybe they've got, I don't know, Heavencar's Justice. Wouldn't be out of the question, especially with the sack outlet and stuff. Play this for more defense. Brunch time. Have a good one. Thank you, MTM Tap. Hopefully I can get you sometime this week. Like I said, he has had my number. All right, we come over for 6. Snuff out could happen at any time here, so we've got to be, we're not out of the woods yet. One of the other good things about Brute Squad and the design of it, we have artifact damage, we've got black damage, and we got white damage. And we've got multicolored damage, so we can get rid of Guardian of the Guild pack. But you can see this matchup just really showcases why evasion is always at the forefront of my deck brews. All right, he kind of gets the gist here. Here we go. Well, we got enough mana there. We can pitch that there. Let's get our little dude in here. Do a little haste check. Nobody's got haste. All right, we'll make him have haste. Haste. And I guess we could equip that. I kind of like the play with this. So we'll come in with this, this, and this. We'll keep him back our Inspector for obvious reasons. We can Prismatic Strands this turn and probably stop a lot of favorable blocks from his side of the board, or hers. We shall see. I started producing a podcast. Has nothing to do with Magic, but it's a fun little side project I've been doing. Kind of a spooky year-round Halloween take. Let's see, that's 3. I could have hit for 1 more. All right. Feeling pretty good here. Looks like we're going to go 3-0 to start things off. Tell you, this one feels more like a bully than Boros Bully does anymore. That's my boy. I'm like, out of bully, because I have bully in paper and I have Brute Squad in paper. And when he plays, I go, which one do you think's better? And he was just like, hands down, Brute Squad. I was like, that's funny. Nobody seems to be playing it right now. And we win. Alrighty, let's go off to game 4. Give me some more. So we've taken down zombies, the rogue pirate brew with haste and land destruction and burn. And I almost cost us the game in burn. But all right. Chat got quiet, folks. Come on, keep me company, if only digitally. Keep us rolling here. We haven't gone over the deck list in a little bit here while we're waiting for our next opponent. Yeah, really liking this list. Do think there should be another Harsh Sustenance in the side. Podcast is super cool. Not to be a fanboy. Yeah, Little Fight's one of the only people I've shared it with. I'm going to wait till I have like 3 or 4 of them done. They're only like 5 or 6 minutes, but typical of, me, I overproduce them, and I really spend a lot of time getting all the little nooks and crannies just right. So that in 50 years, if I'm still alive, I'll listen back and go, hey, that wasn't too bad. It's all about quantity and not quantity in my world. So, yeah, just a little, it's very Night Vale-esque. Definitely inspired by that. If you don't know about the Night Vale podcast, it's just kind of creepy for creepy's sake and just weird and aloof and kind of, Halloween flavor throughout the year sort of thing. So, Yeah. Anyway, so, oh, okay. Well, looks like we got a rematch. I hope it's not the exact same deck. Maybe they brought some hate and we'll lose one. Let's see. Well, we've got all the wrong colors, don't we? I'm going to throw this back. These kind of hands get you in trouble. These kind of hands win you games. So let's go. I will definitely play a version of Blackburn next month because I like the deck so much. I think I played it probably 3 times last year. We'll keep this. Well, we're probably not up against much that we care about there. Our mana's right. We'll get rid of the encampment. Let's go. Pretty rare that we're going to run into land destruction or artifact hate main. So I'm just glad the camera's working. You guys hear me? Things are looking and sounding good. I got to look into that 720 crap and my son's PC computer, but hey, end of the year show, what you going to do? Little fight. I would really appreciate a phone call in a few hours if you don't mind running through a little bit of a tech savviness with us, seeing if we can't figure out what that is. I guess the gist is do a hard reboot about an hour or 2 in or whenever it's convenient. All right. Let's see what they got. Our Ardent Recruit probably isn't long for this world, sitting across from red mana, but I'd be thinking about it. All right. That's all I can ask, my friend. Help out a Technotard. All right. Ooh, Fireweaver. Very interesting. Okay. Well, here's where we feign a little, I guess we could feign a little ignorance. Do we? Don't we? I think we do. Let me do this. I'm going to get our cards on board here. Turn off the ability of that. Can we do this yet? No, that's still one away, isn't it? But now it isn't. We'll do this now as a non-surprise so that we can do this now because we might draw another Tooth. Come on, Tooth. Well, Fall from Favor is going to be very inferior against a static ability like that, so not the best, but hopefully we can keep our Sunchaser alive as we come over for white Fire Blast damage. Whop! Here we are. Up against Mini Flow again. I believe I was our last opponent with zombies, so I don't think I have seen this artwork. That's pretty nice. It's almost like a little, what do you call the Zeppelin or a what's the other? There's so many words for Zeppelins. Perfect. Here we go. Yeah, I don't think I need to worry about those. Let me do this. Let me do this. Next turn we'll get real. Oh shoot. Auto yield. Another mini punt. My left thumb was the guilty party there. Darn it. Alright, let's yield. They should be at 14. If we lose, hopefully it's by 3. Our opponent's at 3 so that I can blame it on me and not the deck. Wow. That's some serious carnage coming up here, but he's probably not going to want to block with any of those. I really hope this thing wins. It's nice to see it all come to fruition here. I'd be very tempted to run black for Unearth here because while they have a 3 backside, not that hard to get through for the most part. Again, I kind of am holding off on Fall from Favor. Not like they're really going to attack. I guess we could do that, but I don't think they're going to want to block either. I think the bright play here. I'm going to brute. We'll Fall from Favor next turn. I've got too many goods here. I'll Husk. And then I'll just make this unblockable. Can't be blocked. And attack. We'll keep these dudes back. Booyah. Let's not forget to attack this time. They should be at 14, but sometimes you punt. And here we go. Alrighty, well, let's do this. Spread out the love here. Yield through the turn. And watch the blood ensue. I think we're going to take a lot of damage this turn. Boop. Fall from favor will tap the creature. Will get us a card. I'm not thrilled with seeing it. I think I might want to go to 2 main. 3 feels like too much. What do you guys think? Be nice to have access to maybe 1 journey main. Hey, speak of the card. Down goes our Sunchaser. If our opponent is of the Clarity Persuasion, he is. She is. Who knows? Mini Flows. Quite the androgynous moniker. Alright. Boom! We take 3 damage. It's neat when it works, but you're kind of forced to play inferior cards outside of the land stuff. But what is this? This is the 5 life spell? Nope, it just makes a creature. Alright. I'm going to be careful here. Glad we drew a land. First things first, we'll make this not be able to be blocked. Second thing second, we'll do this to this and maybe do this. I'll get a blocker out of the way. Hiya! And we'll keep 3 dudes back again. We might be in trouble here if we don't put our foot on the gas here. Want to have options though. We will draw a card here. Makes an artifact creature. Yeah, I'm just glad it doesn't gain them 5 life like the other spell bomb. I think that might be a better design choice in this. Maybe they've got both. Who knows? All right. We win next turn if we don't get a bunch of cantrips destroying us here. MTM Tat has the, you'd really like his artifact build, Little Fight. Pretty cool. It uses that sculptor, the artifact dude that reduces by 1, and then it just ding, 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 just starts churning things out. Pretty sweet. What is this? This is, we'll call it USA Firewalker, I guess. I gotta remember what the heck I'm up against here. All right. And here we go. We're still at 12. That was a nice little surprise. We could keep our dudes back. Well, looks like we just got this. If I do this. And then we can put this on this. Oops. This one. Please. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and I think we just attack with everything. Hiya! Probably a lightning bolt in our future. He's got the spell bomb trick. I could sacrifice it, but he can't draw the card for it, which isn't too bad. Even though it's a bit late. I'm going to punt it again. Unless he responds here, and I'll be able to do something here. All right. I didn't punt. Okay. We lose a bit of our team. I'll get them to that stage where they're at 3. Or 1, I should say. We'll keep our dude up. We will draw a card. We don't really mind if they attack us here. Kind of want it, actually. I don't think we'll block. We've got the numbers. Let's see what happens. Cantrip City. Tell you that Gingerbrute, very underestimated. They should just rename it or reprint it and call it Monarch Thief. I want to, here's my notes. 2 fall from favor, 1 journey, main, and then add 1 harsh sideboard. Looks like we're going to take 3 no matter what with 6 cards in hand in a cantrip deck. It might be 6. Outside of that first game, we haven't really been mana flooded yet. All right, so we win that one. Off to game 2. With TikTok damage, meaning that little incremental damage, I'm not a big fan of Prismatic Strands, but I am a big fan of this because we can take out the permanents here. So we'll bring that in, take this out, take out Harsh. I'm going to lose 2 fall from favors. Harrow's interesting. They're probably going to have, you know what? What do I mean by that? The Cannonade. Let me just bring in 1 of these. I'm not liking fall from favor in this build. I think 2 is going to be better. If Gingerbrute wasn't obviously the fairy tale block, I would think it was from the same set as Monarch. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's lose, we'll lose 1 Brute. Bring in 1 Hollow. Let's see what he's got there. We still have 1 fall from favor. Not wild about it. I think I should lose the last fall from favor. Journey. Yeah, Journey's nice, but we have Hydroblast. I don't want to overboard. But I'd much rather see a Journey than a fall. They do have red, though. So let me lose a Thoughtcast because, you know, who might show up. And I'll bring in 1 Journey, meaning the Gorilla Shaman. It's not that mean against this build because our creatures are our mana base in these lands, but there are some scenarios when they can get you. I like having 1 fall from favor. You know what? I'm sensing a lot of artifact hate. Let me do this. I'll do this. I'll keep our brutes in, take out 2 Thoughtcasts. We still have 1 fall from favor. We've got a Journey. We've got a Hollow. We've got a lot of Hydroblast. We know they're playing a lot of red. And I'm sure they have access to, so that gives us about 5 outs, 6 outs against Gorilla Shaman. All right. And we might need it with this hand. Geez, I like this hand. We'll keep it. This is when Gorilla Shaman can be just devastating. But Glint Hawk can kind of keep it out of range. Because of that, I believe the right sequencing here isn't even the recruit play. I think it's going to be coming at him with Gingerbrute for 2 on the first turn. Depends what we draw. Kind of surprised as Little Fight they didn't say the mechanic called Monarch for the Fairy Tale set. Yeah. As Pauper player, Monarch in Standard would be fun to watch. That'd be true. Is our opponent passing the turn here? Doing a little mini punt? I've done that plenty of times. Okay. Here we are. Another land would be nice. All right. Let's do this into this. Now the question is, I could play this and then we have a really mean turn next turn. If he's got land destruction, it'd be nice to get this out. I'm gonna play a little cautiously here. Come on over for 2 immediately. That way we have offense if he does blow up our only land. Juan Baragax, good afternoon from Brazil. And Ben BTE, Ethereal Armor, Ponder, Preordained, Fireblast Monarch, and Urza's lands. All right, good to hear from you, Urza. Yes, Brazil is represented very well in the Pauper House, and thank you for joining us. Cutting right to the chase. Yeah, I like that. Yep. This guy knows what he wants. Good times. Okay, I got a little bit of a similar game plan here. And Ornithopter, as is fond of doing, is Captain Blocko against fairies and such. So I'm impressed with all of you, except for me, because of the ability to speak so many damn languages. I am a language dunce, and so my hat's off to anybody out there, especially you all from Brazil that can read and understand what I'm saying and all that. This is when I love Glint Hawk. All right, let's do... I don't really want to waste the mana on that. Let's make this a 1/1. I don't know if I want to do this. Let's just play our dude. I could have played the Hawk there, return the Tooth, and hit for 2 with the Ornithopter. It's an interesting idea. We've already got Metalcraft. I don't really need the life. I kind of want that to die so that my recruit gets through next turn. So I'm going to attack here. I don't mind if I lose the Brute. Big fan of your stream and opinions about Pauper. Oh, appreciate that. Yeah, been at it long enough. I should get a few things right. Speaking of something right, this is my baby of the year. That's why we're closing out the year. Luan Baragax, I think I'll pronounce it. Sorry if I butchered that. We're closing out the year with the deck that made a little bit of a splash this year. First time I played it in a challenge. I don't play challenges often, but I got the top 8 with it. And I won a bunch of 5-0s after that. And then just kind of moved on, as is the way of this show. I think if I got more in the grinding aspect, I would really have this ironed out. This or Blackburn, I think, are really well positioned. Brute Squad is always the problem. So flexible. All right. Now, it'd be nice to get another land here. Let's get like a Holdout Settlement. All right, I'll take that. However, the correct play might be something else. Let's do this. We'll lead off with this. And I believe we should attack first. With Hollow backup. Or do we go all in with this? Let's go all in. That's my style. We'll drop the Hawk. We'll return the Tooth. And we'll come over for quite a bit of damage. Making sure we have enough artifacts. Yes, we do. Unban everything. Let's start over. That's right. Yeah, Tron's not a problem when you have empty the Warrens and all kinds of other goodies. At least it wasn't for me. Speaking from experience, I've played in no-holds-barred tournaments. All right, so they show their hand early. We'll divvy up our damage here. We lose a Hawk. That's all right. Could have gained 8 life and kept it alive, but we got another Hawk out of the deal. It's kind of a wash. Oh, Concane. I don't think Storm is good to have for Pauper. I don't either, but I think it would be a neat drawing board to reset. And thank you for joining us. Oh yeah, Mono White Artifacts. Such a fun deck. It's called Brute Squad. It's not mono white. We got quite a bit of blue. We got some black splashed in. We got all kinds of stuff. Lots of flavorful goods coming up. We got one more game after this, as well as a new skit, kind of on the dark side. When the movie came out about evil clowns, I found a pretty funny skit courtesy of the Conan O'Brien show from long ago. Oh, another day I heard from a Brazilian Pauperganda, the guy that thinks BTE should be banned, and I said, yeah, I totally agree it should be banned. I don't think I ever said that. I might have. Never know. Depends on the week. I read that the Pauper format began the decision to either ban artifact lands or cranial plating. Yep. That be true. All right. We're going to keep our options open. No sense in any surprise values here. Go like this. If I didn't have the Hollow in hand, I would definitely just chill out here and throw the Husk on something else and make it pretty hardcore. But with Galvanic Blast sitting across from us, there's not much in the way of that. Here we go. Let's see if we divvy up the damage. This is when I kind of like to pile up on the... I'll give one of the Thopter. If I had all of these active and no Thopter out, I would pile everything on the Germ because they have to invest in that, kill it, and then you still get half of a card back and you just reinvest in it later. Come over for no shy amount of damage. Now, BTE is a really good card. Just at the right level. I'd be surprised. I'd like to see proof of when I said that. I don't hear myself saying that one, but who knows? Maybe they had a really successful week and I was butthurt about losing to it or something. That could happen. Some might consider reset to be 0. Consider a reset not to be 0 cards banned, but 1. Yeah, Arctic Ghost hosted a no-holds-barred tournament about a year ago, and like I said, I should have won that. I ended up getting second because I forgot Faithless Looting. And anybody that knows me is going to just kind of get a nice laugh and face palm, whatever you want to do about that. Well, we're kind of stuck here. We don't really care about this stuff. We're just going to attack. Bam. Let's go. Whatever you block, I'm going to kill it. Or should I? Might not even make sense. That's 7 right there. Yeah. We just win here if he doesn't block the recruit. It's a mean deck, I tell ya. What on earth? All right, well, I'll do this and this if you're not going to block. I don't understand. Okay, so we're 4-0. I'm going to get some more coffee, guys. Please don't go anywhere. We'll come back for the last game. And, yeah, feel free to bring some hate if you want to challenge me in about 4 or 5 minutes. We got a new skit courtesy of the Conan O'Brien Show. Thank you for joining me on Pauperganda. Back in just a few.
Please welcome Butterscotch the Clown. Let's get him out here.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here.
Thank you. Welcome to the show, Butterscotch. So tell us, why are you so upset about the movie It?
It makes clowns seem scary and creepy when everyone knows clowns are sweet and fun.
Oh, okay. So you feel misrepresented because the clown in It is a monster that lives in the sewer and eats kids.
Exactly. It sends a terrible message. I even had to update my website just to let people know I was one of the good ones. Take a look.
Okay, there it is. Okay, well, no, that... Okay.
Ever since that movie came out, people freak out when they see me crawling out of the sewer.
Okay. What are you doing in the sewer there, Butterscotch?
Well, let's just say that's where I go to evacuate the clown car. Wink. Hey, guess what the clown car is?
We know what the clown car is. You know, Butterscotch, when you say things like that, you do sound kind of creepy.
Is it creepy to want to delight children with my winsome smile?
Oh my God, Butterscotch!
Is it creepy to brighten their day with my infectious laugh?
Butterscotch, stop it. I know you're trying to make a case that clowns aren't creepy, but you are really creeping everybody out right now.
Well, try telling that to all the kids whose faces light up when they watch me do my funny little clown dance. Hit it, Yakamota! Yes. Play it slower, Yakamota. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's
And we're back. Let's do this. Hiya, last round. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the new commercial breaks and such. I was watching Willow the other day from way long ago because we got that Disney account for the holidays and everybody being stuck inside and such. And Willow's a movie, I think from like 87, 85. A lot of, remember the Sens Enlistment, like the Kithkins and all that? I was thinking of doing like a Making Magic version, like we just saw of the Harry Potter style skit of that and seeing where that goes. But anyway, hey man, the chat really slowed down there. I don't know if everybody was just chilling out, getting something to bite to eat like I was, or something to drink, but let me know that you're still there and such. I still see we've got plenty of viewers. So we come up on this 2-hour mark. And we have beaten Burn, Pirates, Zombies, and a cool little USA hybrid there. Mesmerized by the commercial, says Paladin19. Ah, thank you so much. Like I said, every little like 30 seconds takes hours and hours usually. So, but once I got them, they're there and stuff. And now I'm starting to get the hang of this streaming OBS software. I got even my mic to work and mute, so I don't have to mute it when I leave and blah, blah, blah. Yep, we're 4-0 so far. So having a crush on a Bavmorda back in the day. Oh, nice. All right. Well, we're a little flooded here, and we don't have any artifact land, so we got to throw this back. Whop. And now we've got one, but we've got this, and this is actually a pretty good little hand. We'll keep it. But I'm going to lose Fall from Favor here. It's about, I got to have 3 mana for that, and we've only got 1 as it sits now, and we've got a pretty aggro hand, so we'll throw this back, and we'll say done. 3 mana is a lot for this deck. It gets there, especially this build. All right. Be fairies, be fairies, be fairies. Who says that? Who says that? Oh, oh no. Now we're going to see a different variation of the mill deck. I will fess up. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they've got a lot of cool little names in the movie Willow and stuff. But all right. Well, that's the card I really wanted to see and not get milled away. So that's cool. Let's go like this. We'll play this to this. We'll play this. We'll bounce the Ornithopter. And then we'll play it again. And we got 1, 2. We got to get another artifact land. And then we're going to have some nice air power damage. But that's not too bad for a turn 1. Being a little stultified on our mana curve, right? Omnimox. Edward Basoli. Hope I'm saying that right. I need an infinite pass on pronunciations. Just ask my co-pilot Little Fight. Each opponent discards a card. What the hell? Well, we don't have any humans. Oh, those teeth are so good in multiples, though. Do I lose the Harsh Sustenance? I think I do. Oh, man, this is tough. This is just a cascade and a nice clock. If we get 1 human on board, I'm going to regret that. I think we lose the Harsh. Nope, nope, nope. Cancel. All right, let's discard. A strange combination. Discard and mill. Well, at least it's nice and new. We love seeing new stuff here. I played the last deck. It's Bomberman by Lubbert. Oh, nice, Miniflow. Thank you for joining us in the chat. I think we played you twice, didn't we? I think you played zombies before that, or am I going crazy? But it's nice to see you, and thank you for joining the show and all that good stuff. All right, that's what I kind of wanted to see. Now all we need is a human or another land, and we're good to go. All right. Oh, we might as well empty our hand here. Let's do this. We've got 3. We'll keep our Thopter back. They've got, they could have a Snuff Out. Either way, they're going to be able to take that out. I'd rather just be able to block. And if they're playing something like Burglar Rat, they're probably on a Okiba Game Shinobi. And even though we're 2 mana turns away from that being a thing, I'm going to err on the side of caution and hit them with a White Fire Blast as we yield the turn. And see how much we get milled for this turn. And Little Fight, if you wouldn't mind throwing up the link. If you like Brute Squad, we're 4-0 right now. And there's a really cool tutorial I spent a lot of time on that will be linked in the chat here. And hopefully I'll remember to do it in the video for YouTube later. It's on YouTube, on a lot of our little things. Playlists, I should say. Thank you for that, Little Fight. Man on the spot. Yep, had trouble with lands. This happens. All right. This is my biggest problem with this card. I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse here, but now that I'm hellbent, they're kind of dead cards and inferior cards, especially the thing I love to bitch about, Chittering Rats. Where are you now? Of course, now is when I draw something like a Harsh Sustenance, can't play it, and then it gets locked in my hand, right? Ornithopter showing its worth, keeping the bad boys at bay. Plus, it's fun to hold a Tooth against the discard deck. They kind of spend their turn doing it, and then you drop it as flash effect. Hey, look at that. It's almost like I know what's going to happen. Alrighty. Let's attack. How often is Harsh Sustenance removal going to the face? Very often. Very, very often. Heck with it. I'm just going to smash for 5 here. Boom, boom. Problem I'm having, I haven't played Brute Squad in a high enough volume lately, and even when I did, I would often forget that it gains life because I see it as a kill card and then my mind shuts off. Remember, it gains life, and we'd have a perfect 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 day if it wasn't for this guy, because in game 1 against Burn, if you rewind the tape or you were here watching it live, I completely I had a line of play with the Gingerbrute thinking I got to stay alive, but Harsh was going to gain 6 life as opposed to the 3 that Gingerbrute could, and I could have hit harder. So whoever called me on that, I appreciate it. Always nice to get checked in a good way. And white border too. We got to beat this guy. There's no reason to play white borders in life. Burn them all, I say. All right, we get Dream Twisted. Opponent has 1 card left. It's probably some sort of discard shenanigans. Rewind the tape showing our age. Mind Sculpt. Wham! Half of our deck is gone. Ornithopter holding down the fort. I will not get hit with a white bordered card. White borders tilt the opponent for maximum EV. Yes. To use tape for hard drive backups. And let's get some firepower here. All right, that counts. Certainly. We'll keep a dude back. I'll come over for 6. Our opponent's got boop, boop, and boop. Yield. Wham! I was really hoping that they would hold another rat or have to play it and watch us discard absolutely nothing. Gingerbrute. Probably my favorite creature of 2020. Hey, that's a good poll. Littlefight, do you remember how to do polls or Shirazamon? What do you guys think the best creature released in 2020 was? There were quite a few. I would argue Gingerbrute, but I haven't looked at the list. There's probably something I'm forgetting, and that's why I'd like to see a poll. So normally this looks like it's a bit of a front, like, hey, I got blockers, but we all know Gingerbrute, outside of the Hasted Pirates, has quite a good game against most of the decks. So they do nothing, and they block nothing. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, how many other creatures are there that came out that saw a lot of play? BTE was last year. Curse of the Bloody Tomb. I really wish they had another Ravenous Rat or Burglar Rat. That would have been funny. All right, what is this? We'll call it Black or Demir Mill. I'm going to be arrogant and put the W down already. As they're hellbent and there's nothing they can do about this attack. Okay, I think they saw. We're only going to draw more threats or answers, and we got the game that turn. Alrighty, so here we go for a perfect day to close out the 2020 year. Boy, that's kind of fitting, huh? Outside of that first little bloop. Pretty good little scenario there. Huh. What to do, what to do? I don't want to see Fall from Favor here because they're trying to draw us out of cards. I don't want to play into their hand. We don't have any access to Dispel. My original list, I think, had 2 in the sideboard. Hydroblast won't do anything. Journey's not going to do much. Macabre's not going to do much. You know what? Prismatic might do some things. I don't know. Maybe we lose 1 fall, bring in a Prismatic, and then we just use it as cannon fodder to discard. There's just not much to bring in against here. You know what? Let me bring in another Prismatic just in case they're going to lean on Evankar's Justice or Crypt Rats. Yeah, use Fall from Favor as discard. Exactly, Paladin 19. That is where I'm going. We're going to stay aggro with all the teeth. You could argue losing some of the draw, but we also want to stay aggressive. Curious. What you guys like about my new mana swag, right? Get a little depth of field behind me for once. Thank you for that again, Little Fight. Those pajamas feel amazing, but man, they're warm. Like in a bad, like I started kind of sweating too much compared to other pajamas. So I think they're going to just be my banner behind me from now on. So fancy mana pants. Yes. Yes, indeed. Break up the black background. That is oh so the norm. When we first started Pauperganda, I was in my son's room, not even hardwired in, and you could see his messy room if you want to peruse the old files. All right. This is going to favor mulliganing against a mill deck, and I'm going to do it because this isn't that great of a hand. I'll mulligan. I could keep it, but I like this. We'll keep this. Now then, Flayer Husk isn't really that good in this matchup. It does promote this. but I'm going to lose it here. And we'll say done. And go like this. And we'll lead off probably with Ardent Recruit. Best new creature of 2020, the Migratory Greathorn. Time's going to tell. Can you bring that up in the chat as far as the stats of that go? I know it's a green card. I can't quite remember all the specifics. All right, Prismatic's already in the yard. That'll be relevant. Let's open up the yard so that I'm relevant. So now something like a Cryptrat or something I at least have an answer for. Alrighty, I think I'm just going to lead off with a Recruit in case we draw into another land. That's it, the Artifact Persuasion. That's the one I thought it was. Yeah, the Mutate. You know, I think you might be right just because, and, you know, I'm biased because he's my boy, but my son's really taken a liking to that card when he plays green decks and really makes that thing work well. I'll be honest, Mutate's just clunky, and I kind of scratch my head, and I haven't really seen it dominate yet, so I'm just kind of like, yeah. Oop, boy, there's a roadblock. And the Bog shows up. All right. Somewhat relevant if he's running like mass sweepers. We'll see. It's just nice to see a variety of decks today. We've beaten Burn, Green-Red Pirate, Haste deck, Zombies, a cool Jeskai Artifact Cantrip deck, and now we're up against Dimir Mill. Croson Tuskar. All right, this is what we want to see. We'll go like this. We'll go like this. We'll feign that we have the, you know, the tooth. Come in all reckless like. No sense in going like this. Feigning the tooth. We have the tooth. I guess it doesn't matter. It'll save him 4 damage in the scenario that he does that. We still hit for 1. Not doing much, but he hasn't milled us much either, so that feels all right. Got to keep in mind that they let me bring out the Hawk. I think I'm going to return the land. I was thinking Brute, but I want to keep our investments out. We'll bring this back. Being careful that we're not going to turn off Metalcraft. That's a 0, so we're all right. Yes, we want to return a land. Always be careful with Metalcraft early in the game. Sometimes you smash in for 3 and you bounce the land and you lose Metalcraft and then your dude's dead. That's sometimes when you've had too many Merit Lagers or such. We got to come up with a new beer commercial. We've only got Merit Lager for beer. We've got 2 gin and tonic commercials, and we have, isn't there another one? Oh yeah, Fire Ice, the little vodka gin combo. Don't want to promote too much of that, but it's just like metal bands are. There's so many names that go along with it. So in the chat, let's try to think of brainstorm. What would make a good little beer private joke commercial? Because one thing you'll notice, at least in the States, beer and alcohol commercials happen all the time, but you'll never see them actually drink. And it's some weird old prohibition rule that from long, long ago, and it's really strange. And you see it, you just kind of, I don't know. It's like the emperor has no clothes sort of thing. You're like, why is that? Shows him cheering, shows him before and after, but you'll never see him drink it. Ours, we just show that dude in the bathrobe chugging as Littlefite does his best Schwarzenegger-esque impression. Safe for kids. Gingerbrute. Ooh, man, I like that. That is cool. Dreamer Stingo. Let me write that down. Dreamer Stingo. That's a good idea, because then they can be in part of the party. Gingerbrute. And it goes along with this list. I like that a lot, my friend. That's going to be hard to beat. Safe for kids. That's right. And some ginger snaps to your diet. And that was fast. All right. Well, we still have that access here. Well, it's a little bit of a stultified play, but I just got to get air power out here. I'll return Gingerbrute here. We'll just play it for haste. Whisk away your problems. Yes. But that would imply it has a bit of alcohol in it. So we'll keep that for another alcoholic commercial. Alcoholic-based beverage anyway. And we rush on over here. Harsh Sustenance going to be showing up in force. We'll turn back on Metalcraft as we attack for 6. 3 of which will get through, hopefully. Man, I really want Tooth to show up. This one I'm tempted to just blow up the Secret Keeper with Harsh Sustenance. I was very surprised last week that the Secret Keeper didn't make the list. It looks great. It's a 2-for-1. You get a nice wall out of it. There's a lot worse cards out there, but I will not deter away from the results, because the few times I play that mill deck from last week, courtesy of Spell Slam, go check him out on his YouTube channel. It wins. It wins a lot. In fact, I didn't even look at the challenge results. Maybe this week or last week, maybe there was one that placed in the top. Who knows? Anybody know? All right, so that's why we bring in Prismatic, boys and girls. I think we're going to have to Harsh Sustenance the Crypt Rat. Of course, he can only activate it for 1. Don't want to go overboard here. 1, 2, 3. I can do activate that. I can do this. All right. Hey, we really wanted that. Ah, this is frustrating. I think we Harsh Sustenance the rats. What's the option there? We use Gingerbrute to trip of 1 mine, maybe? Let me get rid of that. We'll do here. We'll just kill this. Boop. And we gain 4 life. Let's watch this happen too. Like it matters against this, right? Coming in for 4. Next turn we'll have some fun with our draw step. Let's see what we're going for here. Thank you for joining me for the end of the year show. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. We'll be here all of January. And 1 week from today with new brews and new fun and new commercials as the weeks go by. But thank you for making us your choice on this Saturday. I know weekends are pretty crowded. Not the best strategic play or tactic to stream on, but try to compete with the big boys. I know when there's like a pro tour or something, it's like, oh my goodness. All right, there's another rat. Good news is they don't have much black mana. Bad news is we've seen Bazooka Bog, so it might turn off our little prismatic play. I would very much like to see like a Thraben Inspector here. 2 teeth in the yard. I like this because I can double play it. Well, first things first. I want to draw some cards. All of 1 mind. See what we're going to get. All right. I'll play this. We got 1, 2, 3 artifacts. Could be 4. Could be more. Maybe I save this for the reset play. Of course, it doesn't quite work if I don't have the other. Let me do this to this. We'll do this. Oops, that's right. Well, he's going to block anyway. We'll do this, and we'll play this. I'm going to play the Hawk, actually, depending on what I get here. He can pop for 2. Our dude will live, but we can always just... that's why I'm going to play this now. Backwards order. We lose a bit of Metalcraft, but it's no big deal. Actually, it is a big deal. I wasn't thinking that through very well. But we can prevent the damage, so we'll say yes. And we will return this. So we lose Metalcraft and we attack. We'll see. I've got Prismatic. I wanted to get the Hawk out there so I can Prismatic there. This point might hurt him more than it does us, so. Alright. Here we go. Now remember not to drink my gallons and gallons of water this morning, so I've had some... my bladder's a lot more under control this morning. Throughout the week, I have this ritual where I just really overdo the water intake, especially in the morning. Keep me nice and full throughout the day to keep my skinny ways a-going. More of a lifestyle by now. It's been so many months. Any swamps in our future? Who would have thought Prismatic might be relevant? But that's kind of the only way you can stay in the game against Brute Squad. That's why I brought it in, and plus we needed the space. So, oh, and if you notice, my haircut got even shorter. One of the gifts I got was a really cool new, really like kind of like a balding sort of thing to keep it nice and short electric wise, and it's like the newest, coolest thing out there, and really liked it. But got a little bit closer than I'm used to, so I've been a little colder than usual. So hopefully the gleam's not hurting anyone's eyes out there. Come on, Cryptet, what you got? All right, so we go 5-0 to end the year. And like I said, it was a WW, and we had one LWW, but that was because of me and not the deck. So what I'd like to do here is go over the list. Fall from Favor is nice, but I think 2's plenty in this list, and I want to add a Journey. I also want to add a Sustenance to the side. And I believe this might be the where this deck wants to sit. And I will be uploading this list, so if you're watching the video, it might seem a little bit different, but I'd rather have this to be the... actually, no, I'll stick with what I usually do and upload what we had. So, good games, congrats, and Revving the Stubble grows in really good with the shaved head. Oh, yeah, Power Slouch, nice to hear from you. I don't think we've heard from you. It's, you know what's funny? When you shave your head for the first time, like if you get it really close, you dream like crazy at night. You have dreams, because I think your brain senses there's all these new sensations, and even going from a little bit of hair to none, or this is like probably like 3 days stubble or something, like for a beard or whatnot. But yeah, I just it's just such a superior haircut. I just like it so much. It's good times. Like I said, if I could grow my hair back, I would, and then I would cut it about this short again, because it's just the only problem with being hairless. The hairless persuasion, whatever you want to say, is that whenever like a branch or a rock or a cupboard or anything, you don't have that guardian system like reach with your hair. You don't realize just a little bit of hair, the follicles trigger your brain to go, oh, I'm about to hit something. And so you'll notice a lot of people that have been bald for a while, they have little cuts and scrapes and scars because there's no warning system. It's just boom, you cut yourself or you hit your head. So that's about the only drawback I could see. But anyway, y'all. We'll be back next week with a new deck. Hopefully have the Landfall Persuasion. If you've got a cool Landfall list, we really want it to be red and green. I'm open to anything though, but really kind of want that. And I really want to see a crop rotation use of Bujukabog main, maybe a 1 splash. Maybe I'll just design one and we'll go over everybody's lists and we'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll play a variety of it. It'll be kind of a mix and match show to kick off the year with a new rogue style outing, because there's enough stuff there. I think it's warranted now, but anyway, so this is deluxeicoff for Pauperganda. Thank you for the 2020 year. It's been crazy. Stay safe out there. Remember to wear your masks and do all the social distancing and stay in front of the computer and keep doing this to stay safe till you get the vaccine or whatnot. It's been a crazy year. Nice little bookmark ender here, going 5-0 and hanging out with y'all. Spread the love of the format, help each other out, all that good stuff. And we'll see you in 2021 on Pauperganda. Adios.
Nettles, they're the worst. Itching, stinging, nefarious nature nastiness. Like vastwood vines, they constantly irritate your skin. Once infected, you'll see them everywhere. But now, the Sentinel has you covered. A healing, Simic lotion for skin and hands. Hands that feel, hands that hold, create, and remember. Sentinel's Hand Cream, the Sentinel for your skin.